Long ago, when the world was quiet and the sky still carried secrets, there was a gentle place hidden above the clouds. It was a garden made of moonlight, where the stars rested after their long journeys. In the center of that garden grew a tall, silver tree. Its branches glowed softly, and its leaves whispered like lullabies whenever the night breeze touched them. And high above, watching with curious eyes, lived a very small star. Her name was Lumi.
Once before the clocks learned to whisper morning, and before the cities learned to sleep, the night had a secret garden hidden between the clouds. Its path was stitched from moonlight, and at its heart stood an ancient silver tree whose leaves hummed like lullabies. High above that garden lived a small star named Lumi. Lumi was not loud. Her glow was the kind that warmed the tip of a toe or the corner of a blanket. She watched the world with curious eyes and a patient heart. Every night she wanted more than anything to be useful. She wanted to cradle someone's breath and guide a dream into gentle harbor. One night, the silver tree lowered a single leaf toward Lumi. The leaf trembled and whispered, "There are many kinds of light. Some shine to dazzle the eye. Some glow to guide a ship. But the truest light holds a promise to make the weary safe." Lumi tucked the leaf close as if it were a map. She tiptoed down the strands of moonbeam and landed on the edge of the garden where the night river flowed. A ribbon of soft darkness that carried dreams like paper boats. The river hummed with the memories of sleepy children, sighs of tired parents, and the hush of first breaths. Lumi asked the river, "How do I keep my promise?" The river answered in a voice that sounded like rain on a window, "Touch the places where the night is thin. Find the little wakeful hearts and whisper them calm. Gather a dream for each one you meet." So Lumi slipped onto the river like a lantern and began her quiet journey. She floated past towns whose lights blinked like tired fireflies, over fields that smelled of warm straw, and beside houses where windows glowed with night lamps and soft pages being turned.
First, she found a small house at the end of a lane where a little boy named Sam turned his pillow over and searched for sleep. He missed his grandmother, who used to hum about ships and winter. Lumi leant close to the window and told a story of gentle snow that carried a music box home. The story smelled like cinnamon and old wool. Sam's toes relaxed, his hands opened, and his breath lengthened. A tiny paperboat dream drifted from the river into Sam's chest. It sparkled, and he slept. Further on, Lumi met a tired nurse sitting on a bench beneath an orange street lamp. She was holding her scarf and counting breaths she did not owe herself. Lumi hummed a slow tune that sounded almost like a pillow being smoothed. The nurse pressed her thumb against the note and felt an eased muscle. She smiled into the dark and closed her eyes for the briefest rest, cradling that borrowed lullaby. Lumi's light grew, not brighter, but fuller. Each quiet kindness she shared folded into her like petals into a blossom. One evening,
"Because the world needs."
The owl blinked and dropped a feather. "Listen," he said. "There is a house that has not had peace for a very long time. A baby there cries for reasons the daylight will unwrap tomorrow. Promise me you will go." Lumi Pro. The house the owl spoke of sat on a street where winter's breath had left a soft frost on the windows. Inside, a parent sat with a tiny child who turned and could not find rest. The parent's arms were tired in ways sleep could not fix. Lumi hovered near the child.
She told of a pocket of sky where stars folded like soft blankets and the moon sewed patches of calm. She told of a gentle sea that only played lullabies and of a laughing rock that kept secrets because it loved to watch others keep them too. The story had slow, descending notes, so the world felt heavier in the nicest way, like a blanket settling. As Lumi spoke, the child's eyelids grew heavy. The parent listened and felt a rope of worry loosen by an inch, then by two. When the story finished, Lumi left a small silver pebble of light by the child's pillow. On the way back to the garden, Lumi realized that she had learned something important. The promise she carried did not belong only to her. It belonged to everyone who made room for softness, those who hummed in kitchens. Lumi returned to the silver tree and laid down the leaf. The tree bent and listened, and then it sang, and its leaves rang like a choir of tiny bells. "You kept the promise," it said. "You learned how to be exactly what was needed." From that night on, Lumi never wished to be the brightest light. She learned to keep her glow gentle and patient. She would drift across the night river, pluck a moonbeam, and sow dreams into the corners of houses. When a parent needed a whisper, she whispered. When a child needed things. So if tonight you feel a soft pinprick of light in the window or a story that wants to be heard, that might be Lumi passing by. Let her story tuck around you like a scarf. Let your breathing match the river's hush. Let go of day's edges. Good night, little one. The world is larger than your worries and kinder than the loudest days. The stars are keeping their watch, and one small star is shining just for you.